Ho, ho.
We're the Angry Snowmans from the North Pole. We now live in Victoria, BC because Santa's an asshole and he kicked us out. We're here to spread the truth about Christmas. It's about getting wasted and having fun. The way we do this is by singing classic punk rock songs and tell our gospel via those. Merry Christmas, fuckers! We skipped last year when it came to new songs. This is our third year of snowmanning. We've got about a 10 or a dozen new ones. Yeah, we got about an average dozen of new ones. Yeah, an average dozen of new ones. Yeah. We hit some misfits, some angry Samoans. They're our staples.
I'd like to see the Angry Snowmans maybe shake the North Pole and go Hawaiian, maybe with
We're gonna go to Los Angeles next year, and all we can do is spread the gospel of drunken Christmas. That's all we can do. We're here back from the North Pole with the Angry Snowmans, and it's time to watch Absolute Underground TV. Season's meetings. Ah!
What?
You wanted to, that you didn't have any...
What is that stupid fucking thing over here? Look at this! What is this?
Fuck it!
Oh, fuck this thing! Get here, baby! Yeah, suck it! Yeah. You fucking bitch! Whore! 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 Whore!
So who?
Ready for the rest of my interview.
Who will you be disemboweling tonight?
I'm not gonna spoil all the good fun that we're gonna have tonight by telling somebody like you, Sarah Palin and Lady Gaga.
What are the slave pits getting for Christmas?
They don't get shit. Fuck Christmas. It's a stupid holiday. I hate it. Brian Baker's sexy.
Have you ever killed Santa on stage?
I am Santa. Oh, ho, ho.
Why did Jimmy Fallon not let you have a penis on stage?
He didn't have nothing to do with it. It was all Dana Carvey's idea.
How's your love life? Do you get a lot of guar groupies?
God, these are the stupidest fucking questions. Why don't you ask me about my music, my art?
I'm getting to that. But when I ask you about your new album first, you hate that too.
No, I love that. Talk about my new album because it fucking rules. A bloody pit of horror.
So what was the inspiration for this, working with Fangoria a lot?
Bloody pit of horror was the fucking bloody pit of inspiration for the bloody pit of this fucking bloody fucking album. You fuck.
What's it like working with Fangoria?
Sucked.
You can pretty much suck your own penis right now, couldn't you?
I could. I will. Oh.
How is the East Vancouver crack compared to other parts of the world?
What? Well, I'd like to take this moment to ignore this dude's questions and say we're very sorry that Leslie Nielsen has died. He's a fucking great Canadian, even though he betrayed his homeland and became an American.
When last we spoke, you said you had had sex with every animal on Earth except a blue whale. How's that going?
I have not had sex with a living blue whale. Every fucking blue whale I find is dead, washed up on shore in Chile. Fucking sucks. I want to fuck one right in its fucking blowhole.
And Oprah doesn't count, right?
Oprah is a fucking whoa.
So I know you killed the lead singer of 3 Inches of Blood, Cam Pipes, on stage. What other band members have you killed?
What? I don't know. That's what the other dudes in the band do. I don't do that shit. I killed Marilyn Manson. He was a fag. He was a faggot. Yeah, Marilyn Manson's so metal. He's really hung in there so great. Wow, what a great musician. I bet all you little goth fucks out there that listen to Marilyn Manson, what are you doing now, just sitting around shoving needles into your dick and trying to shoot fucking barbiturates into your balls? Fucking he sucks and so do you.
What do you want for Christmas?
God, this is just retarded, isn't it? Fucking stupid fucking questions.
I'm gonna get killed now. Can I put a Santa hat on you again?
Now.
Interview is fucking over. Get out of here. Alright, sit on my lap. Come here, you bitch. Oh, Oderus. Oh, I feel how warm your buttocks are on my leg. So what do you want for Christmas, young boy?
Not your penis in my ass.
You want it, well, that is all you are getting, though. Hello, fine people of Canada. This has been Oderus Urungus, and you are watching Absolute Underground TV.
Dimmu Borgir.
Darren, aka Reverend Death. We're hanging out on the tour bus with Galder from Dimmu Borgir.
What's up, guys?
Welcome to Canada again.
Thank you.
Having fun?
Yes, awesome. You know, Canada's always been good for us and always is as good. So, yeah, it's been very good.
You guys played, it's Sunday night tonight. You played Edmonton on Friday night.
2 days ago, yeah. That was very, very good. It's actually one of the best shows on the whole tour, I think so.
You'll be glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Edmonton's starting to build a really good reputation for themselves with their supporting
the
metal
fans
community.
was totally extraordinary. So it was a very good show.
With the new album, how's the debuting in Europe? Was over the top?
Yeah, it was very good. It was on a second position in Norway, and yeah, it was received very good. And we had some lineup changes and stuff, you know, and we also wanted to experiment a little with this album. So yeah, we worked very hard on it, and I think it turned out pretty good. So yeah, I mean, it's a mix of different stuff, you know. We like to combine the guitars with the orchestra and the keyboards, and you know, so all the elements, all things are important for Dimmu, you know. It's just to mix it all together in a good blend, you know. So that's the challenge in Dimmu Borgir, and yeah, this album has a little bit for everyone, I think. There's some technical guitars and some more melodic stuff, you know, with a lot of epic orchestra on it. So it's a little bit for everyone, I think.
Are you possibly ever gonna do like a mini orchestra tour, like with
That would be great, you know, but I mean, having an orchestra on tour is not really the easiest way of doing things. So.
I can't see it flying to North America because unless you hire over here, you know.
Yeah, we need a lot of buses and it's going to be expensive, but we're going to do like single shows, you know. So
I was going to say like
we have one show in Norway coming up, so hopefully that will be a success, you know, and that's going to be with the whole orchestra and the choir and stuff. So
that'll be coming out on DVD.
Yeah,
totally. I look forward to that. Do you hand over a lot of the writing for the orchestra, or are you still very hands-on in the actual
we make
writing?
all the orchestra ourselves with the keyboards, and then we have a guy that helps us out with arranging it for the orchestra and to tell everyone what to play, what and where, you know. Yeah,
Translates
exactly.
from yourselves.
So it was really awesome when we saw the orchestra playing, you know, and like playing what we've been making on keyboards and guitars.
With your writing style, if you actually write it from a guitar, do you layer in the...
We don't follow any rules for that. I mean, sometimes we can make it with the keyboards, and sometimes we can make it with the guitars, or we can even have like a drum pattern, and then we just do some stuff on top of that. So we don't... It's not really a specific way of doing it. That's the good thing with music, you know. We can find inspiration anywhere and make it how we want to make it yourself. And well, we usually just meet up at our own studio, and then we just take it from there, and everyone has some ideas, you know, so we work around with that. And yeah, it's also cool because we all like different stuff, you know, so when you mix all those things together, it creates that certain Dimmu thing.
Last year, there was a lot of talk online with the Corn tour and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering how that went for you guys. A lot of exposure to different
Yeah,
crowds.
I mean, it's of course Corn is a big band, and we played in front of like 3,000 people and stuff. So it was we wanted to do something different and not just headline all the time, but opening up for a big band. And they were the right band at the time, you know, and it was really cool for us. And yeah, they were cool guys, and there's a lot of people, and it's also cool to play in front of a new crowd and not just the black metal people all the time, you know. But now we're back here and headlining, and we have more of the black metal package, so to speak. So
yeah, I think it's a nice.
Now we're back
package.
to the roots. So yeah,
it's going to be a hard-hitting show tonight. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and it's also 4 bands, so that's, you know, a lot too. So
yeah, I think
people get value for their money. So
yeah. Darren, Reverend Death, Galder from Dimmu Borgir. I'd like to thank you for the interview.
Thanks.
Thanks for coming to Canada.
Yeah, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, it's going to be a rocking show. Looking forward to it.
Hi, this is Galder from Dimmu Borgir, and you're watching Absolute Underground TV.
Put on your fucking goggles. When I'm out at the bar and the band sounds like shit, I buy a triple whiskey and take a fucking hit. When you buy my 3 and they sound good to me, wake up in the morning and I bought their CD. Because I'm ear goggles, on Absolute Underground TV.
Goddamn hardcore kids blowing up the goddamn TV. There we go. What else we got on here? Oh shit! Get that fucking shit off. Nah, no thanks. Get this fucking thing. Goddamn fucking remote. God damn it.
Here we are backstage, Sugar.
What is
Bill
the name of
Baccarat,
your band?
Metal Mike, Angry Samoans is the name of the band. Take it away. What's it all about? And have you guys been friends since like way back in the day? And
I don't think the band was ever what you would call buddies.
Yeah, I met him for the newspaper anyway.
We actually saw each other's ads. Didn't cut them out, didn't document that. Bill must have seen the ad because the drummer and bass player showed up on the very same day.
It's funny too because Mike
At the
was playing
garage.
the drums when I drove up and was with my friend. He goes, I drove up, I go, huh, they have a drummer already. Hey, he
And a
knows the
drum
song. And then my friend, I go, let's go. And my friend goes, no way, you're better than that guy.
I would play drums, Kevin would play guitar to 2 songs. We auditioned first.
was that you guys all took the different positions. Someone's on the drums at different times. Every single person in the band sings different songs. How did that come about, just with switching up all the people and all the different positions?
It's like a band, you know, it's not like the...
That's just like a basketball team.
Tell me why your songs are so wicked and so short and so fucking to the point, and what is it all about the brain?
In 1964, when I was a kid, 2-minute singles, 2-minute 20 singles were the norm. You didn't write fucking 3-minute songs. So that's the background historical influence. And LA Punk, more so than any other scene, had really fucking short songs. And if the first Circle Jerks album isn't the best rock album I ever heard, then I'm fucking dead. 14 songs, 15 minutes. 14 songs in 15 minutes. What more could you want? And then early hardcore happened. Jimmy Decker, playing 1-minute songs, super short sets, and it wasn't premeditated. There was no audience for it. The LA scene had crashed and burned. The biggest straight punk gigs, regular gigs, would draw like 300 people. Fall 79, early 80 before the beach blew up. But the songs are compact. There's no cheesy guitar solos. This was a cool thing to do, intrinsic to the scene. When the first Black Flag 7-inch came out in June 79, hit the stores, had big buzz going really quick. I played the backs and went, 30 fucking second songs. This is fucking the shit.
Why do they call you Metal Mike?
Well, this goes back to 1970 and 71. And that was right when Black Sabbath's second album, Paranoid, came out. It took a long, long time for the term to catch on outside of magazines. I'm the guy who used the word metal as an insult. And then the record collector, writer, record reviewer's head is all my fucking fault. Every shitty metal band you hate in the 80s, you take away the word metal, they disappear because there's no lifestyle studs.
Will the Angry Samoans be back in Canada?
Hell yes!
No, we're the Angry Samoans from California.
And you're watching Absolute Underground TV.
You are watching Absolute Underground TV with Power Clown.
Go fuck yourselves.
Hey there, I'm Lanny and I'm here with the Civit. Thought I'd ask you guys a few questions about who you are and who makes up the band.
Okay. Well, first of all, it's Civit. Sorry, I don't mean to totally...
Everybody butchers it all the time.
And I'm Susie Homewrecker.
What do you do?
I play guitar. That doesn't really matter.
I'm Liza Graves, I play guitar also. And I sing. And how did you guys all meet originally?
You know, I started the band when I was coming out of high school. I just felt like there weren't like a lot of tough like girl-fronted bands that I wanted to listen to, so I was like, you know what, I'll try to like fill that void because that's something like I think I'd be good at.
What's with the roller derby names? And is that just for anonymity's sake?
Oh, roller derby? No, actually,
names?
check this out. We started this band way before roller derby was even cool.
It's funny though, because there is a girl in, I think it's Arizona, and she goes by the name Susie Homewrecker, and she's a roller derby girl with red hair, and people always confuse us. I'm like, no, I'm like 20 years younger.
Yeah, it's funny though because I think Susie's the only one who really ever had a like a roller derby sounding name in the band. You know, the Homewrecker thing, but like Liza Graves, that's pretty normal. We just don't want people knowing our true identities because we get like stalker people. So. I don't know very many musicians who use their full real name anyway. It's just a privacy thing.
Like another thing, it's fun to kind of go into character when you are performing. Just the same as being an actress. There are so many actresses and actors out there whose names are not their birth names.
Right.
You know, and it's fun because it helps you go into that place when you're going on stage. It's like Beyonce. She calls herself Sasha Fierce before she goes on stage. If you can, go for it.
Yeah.
Speaking of a lack of female musical influence when you grew up, what bands did you listen to?
Really love like the Runaways and like anything Joan Jett did. I liked Bikini Kill, even though I don't really think we sound very much like that. A lot of just like the old punk rock stuff, like the Ramones, the Clash. You know, I love the Misfits.
And then there's like the Murder City Devils, you know, and other underground bands like the Black Halos, you know, bands that maybe not everybody knows, but you know, the underground.
Bands that might not be around anymore.
Yeah, bands that aren't around anymore, but that, you know, when you're younger, you get into bands, you know, you hear about them, so you fall in love with them, and then they disappear, so it's kind of like your job to carry on that torch.
Yeah. What's up? It's Liza Graves.
And I'm Susie Homewrecker
from Civit. And you're watching Absolute Underground
TV.
It's a new record. Ain't your business.
did we get started? I think, like most bands, out of boredom, and we definitely, one of the incentives was that there was absolutely nobody doing what we were doing out there, and there was a vacuum that needed to be filled, ironically by a pussy, so. By yet another hole. There was a hole that needed to be filled, and we did it. We were living in Nashville at the time, and as far as like rocking women went, it was vacuous at best, and it turned out that it wasn't just there; it was worldwide. So that was about it. Like, I mean, I just assumed that by the time I think we started the band when I was like 27, I was assuming that there was going to be about 50 other chicks out there rocking their asses off by then, and even still now, you know, you can still probably count them on one hand. So there's definitely a need. And we actually performed our first show as Hell's Half Acre, which was a line that we got out of Colonel Sanders' autobiography. That's where he built his first KFC, was in an area of town known as Hell's Half Acre. And the only people that knew that reference were both Blaine's grandmother and mine. They're like, one lived in Prince George and the other one lived in Henderson, Kentucky, and they were both like, oh, we had Hell's Half Acre where we lived. Like, it was like it was like Skid Row. It was like synonymous with that. And then, but the day that we performed as Hell's Half Acre, we had discovered that Robbie Robertson had an album out called Hell's Half Acre. It was a band from Portland, like hippie band called Hell's Half Acre. It was like 1,000 references, and I was like, fuck it. And we had come up with Nashville Pussy in the meantime, and like, so we announced to our crowd of 20, you know, that we're no longer Hell's Half Acre, we're now Nashville Pussy. Album from Hell to Texas is recorded at Willie Nelson's Perdonella's studio, and it was a joyful experience. We had Gordy Johnson from Big Sugar / Grady was our engineer, so he's down with the big guitar sound. And this is probably the first time in Nashville Pussy history where I didn't have to ask them to turn the guitars up. In fact, I think they might be a little too loud, which is not a bad thing. But it was a great recording experience, and I don't know, man, it's a hell of a rockin' album, so we're real happy with
it. Did you smoke the Willy weed with Willie?
Smoked the Willy weed with Willie. Yeah, on the last day that we were there, we did a photo shoot on he's got a little ghost town, Population Willie, and it's called Luck, Texas, so when you're there, you're in luck. And we were doing this photo shoot, and we saw him pull in his pickup truck and go to the one place with electricity and crank out listening to Willie Nelson music, and we could see that he was serving drinks to his buddies and stuff. And we're like, man, how do we get in there? And so we just poked our heads in and said, you know, hey, thanks for, you know, letting us shoot out here and record in your studio. And he's like, y'all smoke? We were like, hell yeah. That was it. We came on in, and he had a big old vaporizer and passed that thing around like Buddha. It was fucking fantastic. And even though the members of the crew and stuff that didn't smoke, they smoked that day. And we had a bottle of tequila for the photo shoot that we'd already drank like half of it. And so we passed the bottle around with Willie, and it was stellar. It was like being touched by God, you know. It was up there with meeting Lemmy the first time. It was like, you know, the two gods. You can't argue with either of these guys, man. They're both like, you know, ethics at the ass.
I saw you at Whackin'. Could you maybe briefly describe your Whackin' and
the Whackin' experience?
When you Whackin'd it?
Oh, that was fucking great, man. I don't know. Whackin' was fabulous. What was there? Like, there was a lot of people there. You could barely see the lawn. That was amazing. And then, yeah, I climbed the rig before the guy from Airborne did. An hour before he did it. And I made it all the way to the top. He stopped and did a chin-up. And then he went back down. Plus, he's got a fucking wireless. I did it with a cable. final word for Canadian fans from Nashville Pussy. I don't know. We love Canada. You know, I'm from here. I'm the Canadian content of the band, and fucking love it here. Our Canadian experience this time has been fabulous. We've avoided the weather so far. Still have to do Whistler, and I've managed to eat pierogies 4 times. And butter tarts. Those are all my Canadian, and poutine, of course. Those are all my Canadian. I have to nail all those things, or I have not been here, and have to leave with a box of Shreddies and Smarties and wine gums. I have to be here at least a week, otherwise I'd be like, if it was like 1 gig, I'd get really fat. Like and fish and chips too. Yeah, I covered like all those. This is Ryder from Nashville Pussy, and you're watching Absolute Underground TV. Can you show this? Or at least you were watching it. Now I'm ready for my show.
It's Nerdboard, a human serviette in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, on Hastings Street, and you're watching Absolute Underground.tv. And speaking of phonetics, do TV.